All right, welcome back, everyone. I am back, and thank you for coming back. People have been asking me, hey, when are you going to do part two? You left us in suspense on your road trip. What's going on? What happened? Well, here it is. Without further ado, here we go.
Just so you guys know, I do not enjoy being on this I-40. Long stretches of road, very boring. I'm not enjoying the road itself, I enjoy being on the motorcycle, but not enjoying just on a road. Just it's boring. So, but no big deal. I'll be there soon. Probably less than an hour. Well, an hour because it's about 65 miles away right now. And at 65 miles an hour, that would take me an hour to get there. But I'm not going 65, I'm going the speed limit, which is 75. So I should be there soon. Okay? This is a good picture of the landscape. You guys can see that. And currently it's 66 degrees, so a little cold with the wind, but I'm okay. Actually, I only feel cold on my arms. That's it. Not on my body, not on my legs, face, nothing. Just my arms, and probably because this part of the arms is plastic, and so when I stopped at the rest stop, they got a little sweaty from the heat, just body heat walking. And now the wind's hitting it, so yeah, I feel a little bit of a chill. Other than that, I'm good. So, take our time, take this cruise, and enjoy it. All right, see you guys when we get there.
I'm really enjoying this ride, but take a look at that sign. Joseph City. I didn't realize that one of the stops that I wanted to make was Joseph City. Remember when I started this trip, I forgot my map. I forgot all the details that I had written down. So no big deal. I went ahead and decided, hey, well, I'll just get off on the next stop. The next stop was over 5 miles away, but no big deal. I'll turn around and backtrack. Right here, I'm on Route 66. They stopped maintaining this road back in, I believe, 1984 or 1985. So it's a little bit rough. I wonder who maintains. There's got to be some kind of maintenance going on because people still use it. But there's little stretches of it. It doesn't take you very far. And here I am at the Joseph City Trading Post. So this is one of the sightseeings. I mean, there's not much to see, but there is at the same time. I mean, this is the only thing you're gonna see. Two things. I wanted to go and take a video of this sign here. You probably can't tell on camera, but the motorcycle completely slid from underneath me because I'm on gravel. But anyway, this is what I wanted to get a picture of, video of this Jackrabbit sign here. And then I want to go into the trading post. Now this part really annoyed me. So I have this gimbal, and I've had it for, I don't know, 4 years maybe. And I decided, hey, this is going to be great. I have a new phone, takes good video. And on this gimbal, my video is just going to be awesome as I video throughout my whole trip. And here, I pull it out, and it starts to work. But I notice my controls, it's not listening to me. It's not doing what I'm telling it to do. It's not functioning properly, and it really starts to upset me. So I tried messing with it, fixing stuff on it, resetting it, and it really, really just didn't work. So it wasn't, I thought the battery might be low, but no, it had a full charge. I checked it. It tells you on there whether the battery's going down or not. But no matter what I tried, adjusting it, fixing it, whatever, it just it wasn't holding it. It's like the mechanisms inside of it were broken. Unfortunately, I can't fix it. You can take it somewhere to fix it. But these gimbals now, they're pretty cheap. You can buy one. You can buy the latest one for about 150 bucks, which is not bad. DJI, I believe it's the brand of it, and that's what I'm about to do, because this was a complete disappointment. But if you ever use the gimbal, you know they take excellent video. So unfortunately, I had to pull it off my camera and take regular video. Now the regular video is not bad, the quality of it, but look at the shakiness of it. You know, that's the part that you're trying to avoid. Which, you can only do what you can do. Oh well. But all is not lost. Of course, now we have to go next door, or right across the street, to take a picture on the Jackrabbit. So it's like a tradition. If you go here to Joseph City, it is like customary to go and get in front of the Jackrabbit, take a picture with the Jackrabbit, and most importantly, take a picture on top of the Jackrabbit. Okay, so don't think that it's just up here and I just decided to climb up on here being all rude. No, they actually have a step stool to help people climb up on the Jackrabbit. So let's go do it. Now this is a beautiful picture. I'm not gonna lie, I felt like a big kid going up to this I don't know, I was gonna say plastic, but it's not made out of plastic, but this Jackrabbit anyway, and just climbing on it. Can you tell what I'm thinking of?
It's Spiritual Math Monday. It is. I'm silly.
Yes, I drove 400 miles for this. Oh yeah. All right, let's go take a look at this store. Actually, I'm gonna take a look at the outside of the store because I like how they painted it. Still hopping on Route 66. So as you look at these murals, you know, we tend to forget that out here, there's the largest Navajo reservation out here. So we tend to forget that, and I was reminded, and so many other smaller tribes out here. Inside they had a lot of vintage stuff, like actual vintage stuff. Man, it was awesome. Oops. Oh yeah, that was me. I knocked over a sign. So, but I put it back up. There you go. The Coca-Cola sign. Nothing's been damaged. Hey, if you ever come out here, all of these are original vintage cameras. They have a lot of vintage stuff, toys, a lot of things. If you're interested, you know, this is a good place. I didn't ask about the prices since first of all, I didn't see anything that I really wanted to buy. But I was surprised that I saw authentic, actual vintage items in here. Nice. So after buying a t-shirt and a gecko, it was back on the road. On our way to Holbrook, Arizona. Hold up, Holbrook. Yeah, it is Arizona, right? Yeah, okay. I thought it was in New Mexico. So here we go. Holbrook, Arizona. There we go. Here you can see I'm supposedly adjusting the camera because I think I'm turning on the camera, which I did because I could hear it beep. But unfortunately the battery must have been low because I did not get any video from this camera. So unfortunately this is the only angle I have of myself going through Holbrook. So at least you'll be able to see some of the background. So let me shut up for now. One of of the places that I told myself I had to stop by and check out was the Wigwam. If you know about this place, there are a bunch of hotels, tiny hotels in the shape of a teepee. And here you go, you can see the background, you can see the teepees. In front of each one, there's a classic car parked in front of each one of them. So that's their whole setup like that. Man, I really thought my camera was working, the one on my helmet. I was talking, I was trying to aim it at the teepee so you guys can get a good look at it. This is one of the places I consider staying. But it was a little bit early. I wasn't tired. I didn't want to stop yet. I wanted to check out some more of the town, which at this point, I'll be honest with you, I'm not too impressed with the town. It looks a little dirty. I don't want to put down anybody's town. As most of you know, I love Arizona. I just love it here. There's a lot to see and do out here. So I don't want to talk bad about Arizona itself, but this town, how should I say, this area did not give me a safe feeling, if that makes sense. So I continued to go through, see if I saw anything else. A lot of these places are just abandoned. They're shut down. I was going to stop at some of them, but why? What was the point? So there you can see some of them. They're completely empty. The reason there's nobody in the parking lot there, you can see it to my right side, which if you're looking at the screen, it's on the left side of the screen. The dollar store obviously is still open, but a lot of these places were completely shut down. Look at that. Look at that gas station behind me. Shut down. So anyway, as I was driving through, I saw something that said the Welcome Center. I was like, oh, you know what? At least I can go by there, get my passport signed, and just to say that I've been there and see if I can take a little bit of video. So let's check that place out. Also, this road that I am on is Route 66, by the way. So right here I found it. It's the courthouse. It used to be the courthouse, so now it's been turned into a museum. So let's go check it out inside. So actually you can see the courthouse right behind me, right there. So I'm just going around so I can get a better parking spot. Inside the museum, they have a lot of local artifacts, things you can find there, like the petrified wood. Jeez, can you hear that floor squeaking? That's the original wooden floor. And I just took some pictures of some things that I found curious and some things that I did not expect to see in that museum. Here, this part threw me off a bit. It looks like it was a vault, or it used to be some kind of vault. And inside they had this barber chair. Like, did someone really get their hair cut there in the past? Maybe the judge? I don't know. I like this little post office thing because it looks just like the ones we had in the ships when I was in the Navy. I don't know if they still look like that. I don't know. So I just went around videotaping. Does that even exist? No, it doesn't exist because it's digital. It's not a tape. Anyway, moving on. So I just went around filming the different areas sectioned off inside the museum. Nothing really stood out to me. Just a lot of vintage items. Not anything that I haven't seen before in my grandfather's house. So, you know, there wasn't anything that stood out to me, but I still liked looking at these items. Really, they didn't bring back memories for me because they didn't exist when I was born, but they brought sort of memories from when I used to go visit or lived at my grandfather's house for some time when I was a kid. So flasks like this, little jars like this, I've seen them before. He used to have them. That's where they used to put the medicines in. So a lot of common things like that. Here, as you can see, little artifacts about the local type of natives that you would find from different tribes. A lot of the common things that were used back in that day. Oh, you know one thing? Let me see. Here it is. Oh, the petrified forest. You know, I didn't stop at the petrified forest. But I did get a piece of petrified wood. I did do that. I like this bench here. All the detail. That's what's missing in today's work. Not enough detail. I like this little classroom setup, of course, and the different types of desks that they used back then. I think there's some, well, the alphabet, of course, but there's some desks in here. They're from different eras. So you look at this one from the 1800s to the 1920s. That's when they used this type of desk right there. And right here, the 1950s. So I don't know how long they went on because I used those and I started school in the 80s or late 70s maybe. Here's a typical courtroom. Not typical courtroom, but back in the day. So there you have, you know, those additional things. And that door there leads out to the courtroom. So I assume this is where the judge comes back and drinks his whiskey. I mean, reads the law and things of that nature. This one here, I like that. The reason I videotaped that because my neighbor gave me one of those. You know, they have, you put rocks on top of them and it helps to heat up the food. I still have it. I've only used it once. Here is the jail cell. Okay? Take a look at this jail cell. Look how narrow that is. All the cells in there. Now from the other side is where you can walk in and get into the cell itself. And this guy just hanging out.
Hey there.
Maybe I'll tell you.
All right.
Anyway,
They're gonna let you out soon?
just a random commode out here. That was the only one in that area, which is it's a weird small cell. There's a lot of writing in the wall, on the wall. So I went inside to take a look at the cells. There were bunk beds, you know, 2 high. Got a lot more space than I did in the Navy. In the Navy, they were 3 high. You can say they're more comfortable in there, or were. There were a lot of writings on the wall that were in Spanish as well. Not just English, but a lot of it was in Spanish. Wow. El Jaime. You know, look at this stuff. John Chavez. You got to think back in the day, you know, this was, you know, Mexico at one point. So there had to be a transition period where just a lot of the natives were Mexican. All right, well, enough of Holbrook. It was nice to visit, but it's now time to head towards New Mexico. Next stop, Gallup, New Mexico. Here we go. Oh, shit. Yes, I dropped my bike. Oof. But the good thing is that I wasn't hurt.
For everything.
Unfortunately, I forgot that this camera was recording. Otherwise, I would have just set it like on that ledge and record the rest of the thing, which is me picking it up. Lucky for me, there was a man that had just arrived there, and he's the one that's going to help me lift the bike back up. So as he pulled it up from the crash bars on the other side, I pushed with my legs on this side, which was, I'm so grateful that he was there, because otherwise, I mean, this is over 600 pounds loaded, so it's quite a heavy bike. And as many of you that actually know me, I have a bad back. I wouldn't have been able to pick this up by myself, so good thing for me he was there.
Okay. I think we can do that.
That street right there was really inclined, so there's a big slope there, which caused me to lose my balance, and which made it difficult for me to pick it back up, because I'm picking it up until you could call it like a hill, if you can get the idea of how the street really curves down onto the curb. So that's what made it even heavier. So fortunately we got it back up, and we're good to go for now. No injuries, not much happened to the bike.
No. No, we're good. Thank you so much. Woo! That's a heavy one. Good thing you were here.
It's awkward, the pavement, you know?
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, I wasn't able to shake his hand. You know how I am. I like to shake hands, look people in the eye, and just let them know, hey, thank you. I really appreciate it. But coronavirus kept me from shaking hands, but I did verbally thank him several times. So anyway, time to get back on the horse, and really this time for real. Let's go. New Mexico, Gallup, New Mexico, here we come. There wasn't much left to see here in New Mexico. Like I said, dude, this is along Route 66, and you gotta understand these little towns along Route 66. You know, a lot of them went bankrupt, went out of business when they started using Highway 40, which is a more efficient, faster way to travel from Illinois to Chicago, Illinois, to all the way to California. So that's why these towns are a bit abandoned. But you know, a lot of them are still, I guess, thriving, you could call it, with the current population that they have and so forth. So they try to keep the tourist attractions coming, you know, which is just a lot of vintage stuff and museums to see. So anyway, back on the I-40, let's go. Gallup, New Mexico is waiting.
40 east.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I try to keep it short, but somehow it got a little longer than I expected. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I will see you in New Mexico. See you next time. Bye-bye.